Slow down. What's up, everybody? All right, we are freaking live. I'm gonna turn this back to normal. There you go. What's up, everybody? This is the announcement. This was supposed to happen this way the first time, not this time. But this is you like this? You like that Alpha Made? I know I already showed it to you. It's so clean, bro. It's so clean. I got it all on the way. All right, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still mad at you. I'm mad at myself. That was a total mistake. I don't know why your guys' chat isn't on screen, but whatever. It's just sometimes things don't work. Today's just one of those days. All right, here we go. Round 2 for everybody who popped in earlier. I feel horrible. I would never try to keep you guys in the dark. I just wanted our members to know what was up first, and just let them know what the plan is first, because that's part of being a member, right? Like that's the whole reason that we talk about like what's coming up, what's next, and just what's going on behind the scenes. So it is so good to see all of you. First, I just want to say lastly, how grateful I am for our community, how grateful I am for all of you. And I am so unbelievably blessed to have this community. I have been working on a lot, a lot. And in that time of me, trying to figure out and navigate my life, I haven't always been able to really do something that I feel driven or want to do. One of the things I've told you guys from the beginning is that I am working really hard on creating a place where I can tell my family story. That's something that's also happening and working on. But, when it comes to what I do every day with our community and with the channel, I feel as if that the most important thing I could do is be the most authentic version of myself. And so I'm going to explain why I'm saying that. I got thrust into this a lot of my life. A lot of my life was not chosen by me. I did not choose what I went through, as most of us don't, but especially as a kid, but I always feel out of control. And not to say that reflects to our channel, but I wanted to take the narrative back. I wanted to stop hearing every news outlet talk about things as if they know what's going on. I was sick of the YouTubers. I was sick of these people talking about this stuff. They have no idea. They're even spreading misinformation. And I'm just like, what do you do with that? And so I've thought about this, just so you know, this announcement has been 6 to 7 years in the making of what I wanted to do. And what I'm going to say is that I've enjoyed covering our cases. I've loved our cases. I haven't loved our cases, but you know what I mean. It's the time with you guys. I love being around you as a community. I love your input. I love your comments. I love engaging with you. That's the love that I have, really, is the community, and then agreeing on topics or talking about topics and keeping an open mind. So with all of that being said, I wanted to take the best of this community and turn it into something that I've dreamed about doing and wanting to do. The announcement today is that this channel, and this is, I want to be really transparent because, I know on this channel there's been a lot of little changes and things and that. I mean, you just, in life, you try different things, you work on different things, and I just talk about things that are on my heart. That is how I've always been. I've always led with my heart. I'm going to be turning our channel, and it's not going to change much, but we're going to be starting something called the Colby J. Ryan Show. And I'm so excited about it because our regular streaming is going to be weekly streams, keeps it the same. You guys will still be live, and we're turning that show into a segmented show. Now, in that show, it allows us to have a lot of diversity. A lot of the best lives we've ever done as a community have been where we are talking about different things, right? And so for me, that is what I've always dreamed of doing. When I look back, I told this to the members, when I look back at the first video I came back to YouTube with, which was April 24, I want to say. And I said in that video, I really want to have a life channel, like not be limited to one subject. What happened with my family? It's real. It's always going to be real. I'm glad so much of that misconception has been wiped. There's obviously a million more. And I'm going to do the thing I think is best, which is tell the story. fully. And that is, I feel, the best way, because, trying to address every rumor, fix everything that someone says on Reddit, it's not going to do anything, right? And every comment, like, you can't win that way in life. So this is what we're going to be doing. Our show is going to be lit, okay? Our show is segments, call-ins. We're going to be doing all kinds of different topics, news, guests, and this is going to be what we do on a regular basis. Now, everything that we talk about now can be segments. I already told the members that if you are a member, you're going to have an opportunity to put input into the show. I'd love for you guys to come up with segments that you like, and we're going to keep it fresh every day. So I'll let you guys know what the streaming schedule is, because that's something that I'm working on right now too. But it'll be the same time, and we will just... We're full. You ever heard the word full send? You ever watch a military movie, or in case of my old boss, full send, baby. I wanted you guys to know that, because as a creator, I realized that what I've created in this is something, like I said, it's gone way past anything I ever imagined. It all started with, no, I can't stand this narrative anymore, and they think that they can talk about whatever they want, and I want people to know the realness. And then I'm like, well, there's times where I shower thought with people, and I'm like, I want to share, my heart with you. I want to talk about things that people call taboo, or, and I want us to do it as a community. And I want there to be love and diversity and not hate. A disagreement or not agreeing with each other's opinions is okay. It doesn't need to turn into something else. And you know what? That's just what it is. Like, that's what I've seen our community do it before. We're not ever going to agree on everything. But the reality is, this show allows us to talk about all kinds of different things. And that has been my dream for the last 7 years. I know when we do our channel that I've really focused on crime, and that's not going to change in a sense of like I'm abandoning or saying never. Like, I want to be a victim's advocate the best I possibly can. I want to help anybody who's going through trials, and that is also part of what the whole reason the podcast exists, is to be able to let people have a platform to tell their story the way they want to. I'm going to say one thing last on the crime side. I told this to the members as well, but it really does take a toll on you. And I'm sure other people feel this way. Maybe they don't say it. But for me personally, I thought I could just keep powering through case after case after case. And then you just get tired. And your soul is just tired. And, I want to see justice for people. Like, I all of those things still matter to me. But it's talking about that only is what I think is I'm getting to a place where I can't grow as a person by knowing that that's the only thing we're going to talk about. I think our community has flourished past anything I've ever seen, and become just a place that I want to be and hang out and talk. And you guys have been so patient and amazing and supportive of me and my family. And like, you guys got me through a really hard time in my life. One thing that my therapist said to me, she said, if you didn't, go through this, what would you be doing? And I thought, I have the dream community. I have something that I've always wanted, but it's really just the fact that I'm going back to that place of pain all the time. And even though we're talking about other cases, there's shadows of what I've experienced in my own personal life. So that's hard. And then there's a reality. Like, people ask, why was I surprised when Corey got convicted? Because I know what that moment feels like as a family member. It changes your life. That sentencing changes everybody's life. Yes, it's justice. Yes, it's good. But what I was thinking, and I'm trying not to get emotional, my first thought was, those kids no longer have a mom or a dad. I know what that feels like. So that effed me up. And then I had, I am so sensitive, bro. I'm just going to be honest with you. You guys know I'm sensitive. I cry fast. That just got me. And I dreamed about it. And, yeah, just the world's effed up, and I know that. And so I need the balance with you guys. We did Fun Fridays. We've done so many things where it's like everything we've already done is what this show is going to be. So I don't want you to think that everything's just thrown out the window, or it's going to be some crazy, ridiculous, show. No, it's just organization of different topics, and we're going to enjoy it. And it's going to be the way that we talk about life and the world. And I just can't give all of my focus to crime anymore. And that's just, I just want you guys to know that up front, because I get it. Like it's a big change, and I know that. But like I said, I talked to people that I love. I prayed about it. I feel like this is the right move, but I wanted to be transparent with you guys. Hopefully, going into the future here, there's things I've already thought about, because it's been such a long process of imagining the show in general. You guys have seen it, right? Like, we did the pop culture poppy segment, the people's perspective. We've done some things like this, but this is like a whole nother level. This is like what we'll do all the time. And then those videos and segments will be things that are going to be exciting that we can work with, right? Because I want to know what you guys want to do, right? We can change things out. And that's what gives us diversity. And then also being able to bring people in to interview in short form on our show. So sometimes we'll have guests that come in for just that segment, and we talk about whatever we're talking about. And so, again, this just opens our community up to bigger and larger conversations. The reason why I want this to be this way is because I want to, look, I see the pain in the world, right? The division, the political division, the religious division, the somehow, some way we're still dealing with color division, just division of different ideology. And it's like, it's just heartbreaking, because to make that more important than what could be, which is a conversation, is crazy to me. To take out humanity and us being human beings and put this, and this in front of it, I think is just ridiculous. It's crazy. And I didn't know it was like that in the world until I started seeing a lot more. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you guys this one last thing. I know this is a side tangent. I just want you guys to know my heart on this. I have seen the worst of this world. I truly have. And I don't want to say I was ever sheltered, but obviously I got the shock of my life. And that allowed me to be able to talk about things. And I think about police officers. I think about paramedics, doctors, military, all people who are go through things. And at a point, you're not numb because you still feel things, but you can dive deeper or understand things because part of you is traumatized. And I guess I really don't know how else to put it. So being able to go into those cases is something that I really thought, I could do, and I still can't. I just can't do it every day. I'm sorry, I just can't. And I like laughing with you guys more than anything. I like knowing about what's going on, and I'm going to say it right now. Okay? Oh, thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. I'm going to say this right now, okay? For me, I want for us to be a community that is able to touch on everything. And guess what? Every segment isn't going to be for everybody, and I get that. But that's the whole point, is that our community has turned into its own thing. Way past what I thought the channel would be, way past any imagination that I had. The channel has its own legs because the community, you, have made it that way. And so I thought, let's take the best of that. Let's take the fun Fridays. Let's take our deep dives. Let's take Reddit stuff that we think is fun. Let's take fake cases. Let's do everything, but be able to do that every day and just not be limited to one thing. That's really it. Miss Woozy, thank you. It's good to see you. But I want people of all walks of life to feel like they can come watch this show. Because every time I tune into other things, it's very, one way. And of course, everybody has their beliefs. I'm not trying to act like I'm some, let's all be perfect unity. I don't believe we can. I wish that was the case. But people are obviously going to, feel that way. My point is, why can't we just talk about the differences without there being hate? That's it. It's as simple as that. I don't hate you because you have a 180, view of something. So this is what we're doing. We're starting our show. It's going to be weekly. This is what our streams are going to be from now on. I'm working on getting you guys to have your comments back on screen, so that way you guys can be highlighted so I can read them. I have a lot of big plans for this show going into the future, but it makes me really excited because it allows the best of all of the things that we do to exist at once. And that's where I think it's finally making the most sense to me. On some real stuff again, thank you guys. The love, the support, and everything is amazing. I can't wait to hear your guys' opinions. And I told the members, this is happening, by the way. You guys, I don't want to hear another word because I'm giving you the opportunity. One of our sections in the show, very, very, very soon, is going to be a call-in debate. And one of those debates is going to be about Greece. And I don't want to hear anymore. It's been a year of this nonsense. I'm going to let you have your platform. I'm going to keep my mouth clean, by the way, on our show. I'm going to keep it PG. And I'm going to work really hard on that because you guys know I get a little heated. But I'm gonna just be myself because I feel like we're friends, we're community, and you guys get the real side of me is what it is. But you better come right if you call in about Greece. I'm not gonna ever embarrass you. Don't be afraid to call in. By the way, I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to hear you're afraid to call in. Nobody here's judging you. You call in. You want to bring it in. Well, like PG-13. Let's call it PG-13. Let's do that. No, Kelly, I haven't. But that's kind of what, for me, I'm just going to be honest with you. At my point in life here, I turned 30 very soon. I turned 30 on April 8th. As dumb as random as that's going to sound, let me give you context. I turned 30 very soon. My entire 20s, my entire life was dictated by my mother. Okay? Just the truth. She pulled us around like we were on a string attached to a damn wild horse. And we went all over the place. And it's because she was so unstable. So I crave stability. I crave consistency. I crave, like, even for the show, the same time every day. You know, you can expect it. You know when it's coming. I crave that stuff too. So I say that because I forgot my point. I forgot what you said. I forgot why I was saying that. Damn. I have, luckily the show has a bunch of preset stuff, so I won't forget my points then. Oh, but being 30. Okay. But this is the first time, this is going to sound weird to you, maybe, but this is the first time that I have felt healthy enough again in my life to truly think about what I would want to do. And I think everybody has to get to that point though in your life, like all through, like, pull your trauma out. And that question hit me different when my therapist said, what would you be doing if this didn't happen? I'd still have a lot of trauma. If you just minimize what happened with my family, it wouldn't be anything near what it is, but I would still be someone who would have to work through a lot of childhood trauma. But again, the main point here is that this is something I feel like reflects the best of my heart and our community, and I want to give that to you, and I want to be able to engage. That's it. Simple as that. So invite your friends, invite your son, invite your mom, invite anybody you want to our show, because we're going to be talking about all kinds of different stuff. It's all going to be from the heart. It's going to be our community. It's still going to be that, but we're going to have a lot of fun. I think it's going to be good because I'm not limiting ourselves anymore. And I don't think we were limited, but I do feel like we had, a limiting factor in a sense of, like, I said, okay, I'm going to cover these cases. Obviously that just kind of takes you to that place. And I think as human beings, we all have multiple different interests, and, you guys are the voice of reason here. If you don't like something, I will post constantly about the show, and you can be honest and give your feedback. And I love it. I love being able to hear it. Are we live streaming for the birthday party? That'd be really fun. Sorry, I have to read your guys' comments on my other screen because I can't see them on my screen. But you guys are amazing. Absolutely love you guys. I cannot wait to do this. This is just going to be what the channel is mostly now. So I wanted that to be up front now. And, I've thought and prayed and tried to figure things through my mind over the last 2 years. And my head's finally clear enough to say, okay, well, what would you want to do in a perfect world, perfect scenario? And I just thought, I just want to have a community that talks about things, that touches on important topics. It talks about, who's a bigger villain randomly. Like we're going to go through different, all kinds of different stuff. So it's going to be fun. But I'm serious about those call-ins, okay? Don't be afraid to call into the channel. We're going to talk like this. And even if it's a debate, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be respectful. And we got to keep it PG-13. Let's just set it now. You guys can hold me accountable to that. PG-13. I'm not going to be over here doing, all the colors. All the colors out the mouth. The rainbow's coming out my mouth like Skittles. So I'll be chill with that. Love you guys, man. Thank you for being a community. I hope you're excited. I can't wait to have conversations with you. I can't wait to see what you think about these things. I can't wait to hear your voices and make our days a little bit better every day. That's seriously like always been my heart. I've always loved having fun. I mean, it's not like I'm going to ignore the world and say, let's just have fun, but let's have balance. Let's have a balanced breakfast over here. Love you guys, man. Appreciate you. See you soon for the show. And yes, Jin, the swear jar's gone. You got to keep it, but it's not going to be a regular thing. But I do get heated about things. Like, even when Corey Richens was sitting there, I was about to go off on her. Snap. Because she's sitting there acting like she's surprised that she got convicted. Please. You have no reason to be surprised. Anyway, bring your opinions. That's what I'm going to say. Bring your opinions. Keep it civil. You can have a disagreement. You can not agree with it. That's fine. Let's just be civil about that. Hang out. Have fun. All right, guys. I will see you very soon. I'm excited for our show. Like I'm geeking out about our show. Honestly, I'm just excited. End of an era. No more swear jar. I guess, what is PG-13, right? Okay, so from what I understand, it's changed a lot over time. You get one F word in a movie. If you're making a movie, you get one F word, and they always time it out. You get, I think they say the S word a lot, the B word, the A word. That's pretty much all we've ever said here. I can't think of a time where I've said anything outside of that. I don't know. But yeah, swear jar, we'll keep it on the side. We'll keep it over there. It'll be chilling. If I got to make a deposit, you can say ass. And it's funny how words, this is going to be a segment we have to talk about. But words are funny because if you say a certain word a certain way, it means a different thing even though it's the same word. What the hell's going on in the English language? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? How can something be a derogatory term towards someone and a compliment at the same time? Or a word says, this is bad, but then in the right context, the same exact word means... Look, we're starting the show right now. Don't play me right now. We're going to start our segment right now. I just never understood how that works. How in the world how can it, the same word spelled the same way, everything means two different things on polar opposites? I don't understand how that works. We're weird. Anyway, love you guys. See you soon. And yeah, man, I'm unbelievably grateful for, what's coming next. So appreciate you, man. See you guys on the show.